An inquisitive reporter probes Thomas Harbour, a brilliant mind who has scientifically probed the existence of an afterlife. This groundbreaking revelation, unfortunately, has ignited an unprecedented surge in the suicide rate. With a weighty question hanging in the air, the interviewer boldly asks Harbour if he feels responsible for this horrible consequence, and everyone present is shocked when Harbour clearly denies any personal guilt or remorse. But before anyone has had time to react, a member of the film crew, gripped by despair, takes their own life in front of the scientist, the haunting image captured on live television. On the solemn occasion of the second anniversary of the discovery of the afterlife, Will, Harbour's son, finds himself aboard a ferry, looking across a vast expanse of water. However, as if by fate, he is attracted to a stranger named Isla, who seems strangely familiar to Will. While the two engage in conversation, Will is unable to shake off the sense of recognition that envelops him. During their exchange, Will pours out his heart and talks about his profound anger at witnessing the relentless loss of life plaguing society. In stark contrast, Isla posits a different perspective, viewing suicide as an all-too-easy escape from life's adversities. It is in this fragile moment that Will recounts a vivid memory from his own brush with death, a moment long ago when he glimpsed a young boy saw on a sun-kissed beach. But before Will can complete the story, Toby, Will's devoted brother, arrives to whisk him away from the melancholic ferry ride, propelling him towards an isolated mansion where their father continues his unwavering pursuit of knowledge. As they approach the grand abode, Will's eyes widen, taking note of the numerous individuals bustling about the premises. Toby reveals their remarkable transformation. They were once on the brink of despair, teetering on the edge of their own mortality. Now these souls find solace and a renewed sense of purpose in assisting Thomas's endeavors. Among them, Will encounters Lacey and Cooper, dedicated allies to his father's cause. Within the confines of the mansion, Will hears the sound of many whirring machines as the scientists present their whisper among themselves. Thomas, Will's father, and the scientist responsible for all of this, is in a state of dormancy, where his vital signs are temporarily subdued, making him almost dead. To keep him alive, however, he is connected to an array of intricate contraptions. It is during these fragile moments that Will confronts his father, laying bare his anguish and anger, accusing Thomas of instigating a dangerous cult-like following and igniting the harrowing rise in suicides. Will resolves to embark on a mission of persuasion. His singular objective is to convince his father Thomas to renounce his conclusions regarding the afterlife, an act he believes will slow down and ultimately stop the tide of despair engulfing countless lives. However, while Will contemplates his mission, a chance encounter leads Will to the shores of a desolate beach, where he spots Isla in the water about to let herself go. Driven by an inner instinct to save her, Will leaps into action and barely manages to snatch her from the clutches of despair. Guiding her to the safety of the mansion, the inhabitants extend a compassionate hand, offering comfort and support to the fragile soul in their midst. It is in a subsequent gathering that Thomas unveils his latest creation, an awe-inspiring marvel, a machine capable of capturing and preserving the visions of the afterlife. To put the machine to the ultimate test, Toby, Will, and Isla embark on a daring mission to procure the body of Pat Phillips from the morgue. In a moment of vulnerability, Will confides in Isla, sharing the deep-seated resentment he harbors toward his father. He reveals that his mother tragically took her own life while Thomas was consumed by his work, oblivious to her inner turmoil. The stolen corpse of Pat Phillips is carefully connected to the enigmatic machine, while everyone waits to see what revelation it might unveil. However, disappointment washes over the group as nothing seems to happen. Once alone, Will surreptitiously undoes the sabotage he had earlier enacted on the machine. Miraculously, the screen springs to life, projecting a gripping video sequence of Pat Phillips driving to a hospital and engaging in a heated altercation with a woman at the premises. Determined to make sense of this baffling recording, Will decides to visit the hospital depicted in the video, only to find that the corridor captured in the footage does not exist in reality. Back at the mansion, an angry Thomas has a meeting with his assistant Lacey, who has revealed the failed experiment to everyone, something Thomas didn't want to happen. Filled with fury, Thomas expels Lacey from the mansion, severing her ties with the project. It is during this time that Will shares the perplexing recording with Isla, proposing a profound theory. He suggests that the machine might not be capturing glimpses of the afterlife, but rather delving into the recesses of memory itself. In search of further clues, they dig deeper into the recorded events surrounding Pat Phillips, discovering a shocking inconsistency. The sequence depicts Pat visiting his ailing father in the hospital, yet their investigations unravel a startling truth. Pat never set foot in the hospital during his father's final moments. Moved by the weight of their shared experiences, Isla confides in Will, revealing a heartbreaking secret from her past. She discloses that she had a son who tragically passed away while she was lost in a deep slumber. As their connection deepens, Will and Isla find comfort in each other's company as they find hope in these desperate times. In a tender moment, the two share an intimate kiss, but before they are able to enjoy the moment, moment, they are abruptly interrupted by Toby, an unexpected intruder, who reveals that Thomas has done something rather drastic. In a race against time, they dash toward Thomas, who has connected himself to the machine. With bated breath, they observe as he relives the haunting night their mother took her own life. But this time, he intervenes and prevents the tragic act from unfolding. With great relief, they manage to revive Thomas, and an astonishing revelation dawns upon them. Thomas concludes that the afterlife is, in fact, an alternate version of their current existence, where different choices have shaped their destinies. Fully aware of the devastating consequences this knowledge could bring, they unanimously agree to destroy the machine and keep the discovery a secret. The potential for millions of suicides, as people desperately seek to improve their present lives, is simply too grave to bear. Preparations are made for Thomas to deliver a crucial speech, intending to share this newfound understanding with the world and to fix the consequences of his earlier announcements. However, the weight of the moment is shattered by an unexpected turn of events. Lacey, consumed by misguided intentions, shoots Isla, claiming that she has just relocated her to the afterlife. Isla's life slips away, leaving Will devastated as he cradles her lifeless body in his arms. Grief-stricken and filled with an indomitable resolve, Will takes matters into his own hands. He connects himself to the machine, plunging back into the depths of time where he tries to find an alternate version of events. He soon finds himself aboard the ferry where he first met Isla, and as he expected, he meets her again. However, she reveals that this is merely a memory, a recurring loop that Will finds himself trapped within. His sole purpose in this loop is to prevent Isla's tragic demise, perpetually restarting his journey on the ferry. Isla assures him that he has indeed saved her, and now it is time for both of them to move forward. Despite Toby and Thomas's desperate attempts to revive him, Will succumbs to his fate. In his final moments, he pledges to Isla that he will always remember her, their connection etched forever in his heart. Standing solemnly on the beach, Will's gaze falls upon a little boy struggling in the water. Swiftly, he rescues the child from the perilous waves. The boy's mother, Isla, arrives, offering her heartfelt gratitude to the stranger who saved her son's life. In a cruel twist of fate, neither of them recognizes each other, their previous encounters erased from their conscious minds. As Isla departs, Will begins to feel a stirring of recognition, his memories slowly resurfacing. Hesitant, he stops in his tracks, turning to gaze back at the departing figure. In a captivating post-credits scene, Toby sits alone in the meeting room, strumming a melancholic tune on his guitar. The seats surrounding him remain empty, a reminder of the profound journey they have all embarked upon, leaving Toby as the solitary guardian of their shared memories. Click on one of the videos on your screen right now.